Hey guys. So I just wanted to talk about the day. Um, just like a post market analysis. It was so cool today. I had such a good day. So if you guys were tuning in earlier today, let's drop down to the 1 minute. Um, I'm not gonna harp on or reiterate everything that we talked about this morning and the whys and stuff, but I will do a recap. And so if you guys remember or check out my YouTube because I'm gonna post it there of this morning's session. So if you guys can remember, I didn't even get on live until like around 8 o'clock, which was around this time, right? So we had already seen like a willingness to go down, and then this was a volume imbalance that we did not respect, and then we made this short-term high. We didn't break it. We instead made a short-term. We broke a short-term low. That's where I had got in, took TP, and then I said it's gonna get. This is the next draw on liquidity. So it did that. We drew on the sell side liquidity, awesome. But I want you guys to like remember how like excited I was for like this big beefy sell run this morning. I was like, yes, like I love it when the market does this because later, and I didn't like really mean later that day. I just meant like later in general. Like it could have been later in the day, it could have been tomorrow, next week, blase, blase. Whenever we got a market structure shift bullish, I was excited because like I wanted to eat all that up, right? And I said, watch out for this volume imbalance because it could pose, an issue in the future. And so as time was going on, my mentor, had a little session with him and I will post this on my socials, where I was able to catch, this buy here up into this busy. I really wish I would have held it, but hey, be content with enough. Um, and so as you can see, like it was a little bit choppy after 9:30 opening, which I was saying like it could just be accumulation of longs, but like when it broke structure here, that was the shift in market structure. You can see a volume, a BISI, a fair value gap right here that it respected, and then displaced even higher, leaving another fair value gap, and so on and so forth. So it was really reaching up higher. Here's that volume imbalance that I said be cautionary of later. It did, show some hesitation to that. And I was looking at it out this time, trying to see, is it going to keep pushing higher and keep pushing higher? So this is around the time that I tried to take it above this high here. So it dropped down. Here, let me refresh this because this doesn't have my analysis from this afternoon. Okay. Oh. Okay, so now we are dropping into the PM session. I kind of was in early. I got in like around like 2 o'clock, 2 p.m. And normally you want to wait till like 3 o'clock. I was able to still get a little some, but it wasn't the majority of the move. So as you can see, this is some annotations. So I was watching price after it broke through higher this. I was like, okay, here goes that volume imbalance. We made a low, respected that low, had this fair value gap in here, and then I was like, okay, well, it had made this high, and this blue is a breaker turn resistance. So I wanted to like target that after this because this is lunch hour. So it broke up, came down. I thought it was gonna respect this fair value gap. It didn't. It broke down, came back up, turned resistance, came all the way back down into this fair value gap. And so imbalance, whatever you want to call it. So it got there. Now like time is about 1:30. So I'm like, okay, let me start watching charts. And so I saw it respected. I saw it break up, left it displaced above the short-term high. So I'm like, that's a market structure shift, bullish. So I left this fair value gap. It entered, respect this volume imbalance. So I entered. Um And so I got, a partial here. It came back down. I had to withstand that. But it finally ended up running this, or making an equal high, really. And so I closed the trade. I do have pictures of it hitting TP and me being done with it. But I did want to see, like, will it come into this and then continue to press higher, because these are relatively equal highs. Um, and then it just didn't. It started to, like, accumulate. Let me see. It started to not accumulate, consolidate, going sideways. And as you can see, it's like about to be 3 o'clock. So, like, this is like the real hour that you want to, try to get on the right side of the fence, because that's when you see get on the right side of the fence. Sorry. Hmm. Okay. Um. Okay. Sorry. So, what was I saying? Oh yeah. So after it made this like relatively equal high, now it's about to be like almost 3 o'clock. So it started to go sideways. So I'm like, it has to respect this and go higher. Like, if it takes out this low, even comes all the way back here, then, like, yeah, it's not valid. So, price did break down low. Boom, that's a big displacement. That is a bearish market structure shift. So it just kept bleeding, kept bleeding, kept bleeding, bringing it back in all of that, all the way. So I'm just watching price at this time. Like, I was running errands and stuff, so I definitely wasn't on the charts. But as you can see, and I like I said, I'm gonna post this before and after picture. But yeah, so I was so excited with today. Like, we had this major sell-off pre-opening market, during lunch, a little after lunch. We retraced all the way back up, and then continued down for untapped sell side. So I will definitely, either tonight or tomorrow, I'm gonna clean this up, because some of these levels aren't as pertinent moving forward. As I said last time, it's always kind of like nerve-wracking, because you never want to delete, because, like I keep saying, we cross through candles. So I would hate to, like, delete a line and it shows some importance later. I'm trying to see on my Twitch, which I'm streaming right now. Okay, there we go. Alrighty. So yeah, so I just wanted to recap um what happened today after we got off the market. It was so beautiful. And, like, sometimes you just have to be content with enough. I keep telling myself that, because it did everything that I spoke about, and I just wish I could have caught more. Don't we always? Like, even from this morning, like, down here, I caught 14, and then it got here, and then I caught just another 8, you know? And then, but what was good too earlier, sorry, not earlier, right here, was like, I did I did like 3 entries. I'm going to post it on my socials, so you can tune in there. Um and, like, I closed right in time. Like, soon as my TP got hit right here, it bled off. So I was definitely running errands at this time, and you either got to be with it or get lost when 3 o'clock happens. Like, the macro starts kicking in. So that was really fun. Today went really well. I will be posting on my YouTube. And I already have some Twitters from this morning. So I'm going to put, like, a little TikTok thing together. Um, yeah. So it was cool. Thanks, guys. Talk to you tomorrow, maybe.